developing the athlete is based around three goals. First, reduce chance of injury because you can't play if you're hurt. Second thing is to try to improve athleticism. And then the third thing is education. Everybody has their own personal program that's individualized based on testing and assessments. I'm big into qualitative type of training and get them to understand how to sense and feel their own bodies. Because if you can sense and feel, you can control and change. We try to help them encourage each other to understand how to do things better and how to do things more efficiently. Because we want them to understand they're a 24/7 athlete.
Getting there, lifting, getting your mobility in, it just makes you feel better throughout the day as well. So I feel like lifting is super important when it comes to being an athlete. It they're hand in hand, you can't BS and lift and then go out and have a huge practice or a huge game. You kind of have to be consistent both. The weight room is very, very important no matter what sport you play, because a lot of movements you do in the weight room, you're going to do on the court. I kind of use my strength to get to the rim and score, just using my speed and ability to bump guys off their spot.
The type of stuff to separate, the good and the great, like, being able to get to a spot without being knocked off, or, being in shape for overtime and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's just look bigger, faster, stronger, man. And you see the change in their bodies from when they come in here and they're, gangly little high school kids. The weight room, that's their second home. I kid around, I always say all of a sudden at the end of their freshman year, by the beginning of their sophomore year, they don't have sleeves on any of their t-shirts anymore. They cut them all off.
It's not just me writing things down on a piece of paper and say, oh, here's a magic program. You need to put the work in, and you need to make sure that you buy in on your end of the equation to maximize the things that you want to do. And I think that's what's unique about what we do too. I tell them flat out, like, when you're training, it's not my workout, it's yours. It's not my season, it's not my practice, it's yours. You got to work hard.
There's a lot of injury prevention things you can do in the weight room, to prevent you from getting injured on the court. So all that's more important, just as getting your shots up on the court.
You're only good as your ability to recover. So recovery is everything, Well, I won't say everything, because if you don't work hard, you really don't need to recover much. So if you're working hard and our guys put forth a high degree of effort on a regular basis and they compete, recovery is going to be super important.
The trainers and the coaching staff make it really easy to get everything in line. We have Sara in the athletic training room. She's super good at, getting us in treatment and, if we're injured, or helping us recover. We stretch with B a lot too, after lifts or before practice and stuff like that.
I try to interact with the coaching staff and with Coach B in an effort to make sure everyone is in the know as it pertains to someone's injury, someone's well-being or illness. We're constantly trying to collect data and understand what's going on with our athletes in regards to their sleep, in regards to their hydration, in regards to their mobility and their strength. So they are feeling better when they walk out of here, and so that way they can recover more efficiently. They're buying into the science that Coach B and I are trying to put behind the care we give them.
Being able to Sarah, being able to be getting a lot of extra work, it carries a lot of weight because the season's really long. Just taking care of little nagging injuries that don't prolong to get into something more serious, I feel like it's super important.
You can't handhold them through the recovery process. You have to guide them, and you teach them, and you have to empower them to be able to do these things on their own. There's kind of two schools of thought. The very analytics-based is very quantitative in their approach towards training, towards development. And I've tried going down rabbit holes of tracking heart rates and distances and all that stuff. And to be honest with you, it took away time from getting to know an individual to best help reach them and help best guide them and essentially just be a mentor.
I'm super close with Coach B. He's one of the closest, if not the closest I'm close to here on campus. He's a major reason why I came back, because I've grown the past 2-3 years I've been here. When I first got here, obviously it was hard to trust anyone, but the longer I've been here, the more I've got close to him, the more I was able to trust him. He kind of teaches you a lot of life skills, on and off the court, that you can transfer over to your everyday living. He always pushes you to be the best you can possibly be, so I love him for that.
Time is our biggest asset. And so how are you choosing to spend your time? Is it focusing on numbers, or is it focused on the relationship with another human being? Because at the end of the day, we're in a service industry.
We want to create healthy, lifelong habits. A patient that can advocate for themselves, as well as a patient who might not have all the answers, but has a toolkit to draw from.
I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yom Tov.